Letting go, the beginning of freedom. Sometimes we don't get stuck because of what we don't have. We get stuck because of what we hold on to too tightly. Suffering outside is not what chains us. It is our inner clinging that traps us. Even the Buddha went through this. Before enlightenment, he fell into an extreme path. He believed extreme self-denial would lead to freedom. He starved himself. He pushed his body to the limit. He tried to force awakening by punishment. But the more he tortured his body, the weaker he became. The more he tried to force awakening, the further he moved away from truth. One afternoon, by the river Naranjara, right before his body almost collapsed, he saw something no one around him had ever realized. Extreme asceticism is also a form of clinging. That realization changed the course of human spiritual history. We think holding on gives us safety, but the truth is, holding on is what makes us a prisoner. Letting go is not defeat. Letting go is not giving up. Letting go is not losing. Letting go means seeing clearly that what we are holding on to no longer serves us. It no longer nourishes us. It only keeps us stuck in old identities. The Buddha realized this. If he kept clinging to the belief asceticism is the only path, there would be no middle way, and there would be no enlightenment that night under the Bodhi tree. Enlightenment did not happen when he held tightly. It happened when he released. When we stop forcing, the truth finally has space to appear. When the mind is crowded with opinions, beliefs, and fear, truth cannot enter. But when the mind becomes empty, truth naturally shows itself. Today, the world still practices self-punishment, not by starving the body, but by starving the heart. We punish ourselves by comparing with others. We punish ourselves by trying to prove we are worthy. We punish ourselves by trying to meet every expectation. And we wonder why anxiety grows. We wonder why emptiness gets deeper. It is because we don't dare to let go. Letting go is not the end. Letting go is finally stopping the fight against life. Letting go is stopping the need to become someone in order to be loved. When the Buddha let go of that extreme belief, he saw the middle way. It is not passive. It is not lazy. It is balanced, alive, awake, natural. And when we let go of what no longer fits who we are, we also find our own middle way. Letting go is the first doorway through which freedom enters. When we let go, we are not losing, we are opening space. When we let go, we are not weak, we are ending the wrong battle. When we let go, we do not shrink, we return to our true size, vast like the sky. Letting go is the beginning of freedom. Letting go is the gate that leads to non-attachment. Letting go is the first station on the path the Buddha walked. If he had not let go, he would not have awakened. If we do not let go, we cannot be at peace. This modern world tells us to hold on tighter, to hold on to image, to status, to identity, to perfection. So we squeeze ourselves until we cannot breathe. And when life does not go the way we want, we punish ourselves with guilt, pressure, and judgment. We become our own prison guard. But once we let go, even just a little, the mind becomes lighter. We stop fighting reality. We stop forcing the river to flow backwards. And in that pause, in that simple release, freedom quietly begins. That is the gift of letting go. Non-attachment, the doorway to inner peace. Letting go is not the final destination. Letting go is only the first doorway into something much deeper, non-attachment. Letting go happens in a moment. Non-attachment is a quality of living. It is a mind that no longer needs to hold anything to feel safe. After the Buddha abandoned extreme self-torture, he didn't just stop punishing his body. He also stopped attaching himself to any extreme. This is what we call the middle way. Not chasing pleasure, not chasing pain, not attaching to beliefs, not attaching to spiritual achievement. Non-attachment doesn't mean no opinions. It means not being chained to any opinion. And because of that, the mind becomes clear, like still water. There is a story in the scriptures. One monk asked the Buddha which philosophy he should believe, because there were so many teachings out there. But the Buddha didn't say, "Believe this, don't believe that." He taught something deeper. Don't cling to any belief, not even to the idea of absolute truth. One day he held a leaf in his hand and asked, "Are there more leaves in my hand, or more leaves in the forest?" The monks answered, "There are more leaves in the forest." The Buddha said, "I know much more than this small handful, but I only teach enough for liberation, because if I teach everything, you will cling to it. Even the Dharma can become a prison if we grab onto it." In everyday life, we think the more we have, the safer we are. But the truth is, the more we cling, the heavier we become. Some people stay in relationships that no longer nurture them, just because the familiar feels safer than change. Some people cling to old identities because they are afraid of growing into someone new. Some people hold on to beliefs not because they are true anymore, but because those beliefs once protected them. Clinging is the real weight. Loss only hurts because we call something mine. If there is no mine, what is there to lose? The sky holds clouds, but the sky is never attached to any cloud. Clouds come and clouds go. The sky stays spacious and free. That is the nature of non-attachment. It is not coldness, it is freedom. Even in spiritual practice, the ego can disguise itself. Someone can meditate every day, but still be trapped by the thought, "I am better than others." That is still attachment, just wearing spiritual clothing. The Buddha taught that even the raft that helps you cross the river is not meant to be carried afterward. The raft is a tool, not an identity. Dharma is not something to possess. Dharma is something to pass through. When the mind understands deeply, it doesn't cling anymore, not even to what once helped it. This is why non-attachment is not coldness or indifference. It is clarity. It is a mind that loves deeply, without needing to own anything. When we stop clinging, we finally see things as they are, not as we want them to be. Reality becomes clear. The mind becomes calm. No praise can inflate us. No criticism can destroy us. Gain and loss no longer shake us. This is the peace the Buddha called unshakable. And here is the deepest point. Non-attachment is not a technique. It is the natural result of wisdom. When we see clearly that everything is impermanent, when we truly understand that nothing we cling to can ever be held forever, the mind simply lets go on its own. Non-attachment is not forcing ourselves to release. It is seeing reality so deeply that there is nothing left to hold. And in that moment, peace rises quietly, like a still lake. It doesn't need attention. It doesn't need applause. It is just there. Non-attachment is the flower of wisdom. Non-attachment is the wide open sky. And in that sky, the mind becomes free. And freedom is where true happiness begins. Flowing with life. Stop fighting reality. In Buddhist teachings, the river is a powerful symbol of life itself. Water flows because that is its nature. Life changes because impermanence is the nature of all things. Suffering happens because we try to stop what is meant to move. We try to freeze what is meant to transform. We want a relationship to stay the same forever. We want our identity to never change. We want old emotions to keep protecting us like they once did. We want our status or image to stay fixed. We want time to obey our wishes. But in this universe, there is one thing that can never be done. You cannot freeze impermanence. After the Buddha abandoned extreme self-denial, he stopped trying to force enlightenment. He stopped trying to bend reality. He simply sat under the Bodhi tree and let truth reveal itself. He wasn't fighting anything anymore. He wasn't resisting reality. And enlightenment arose not through struggle, but through stillness. There is a story of a man rowing his small boat on the Ganges River. Suddenly, another boat crashed into his. He immediately became angry and yelled insults, until he realized the boat was empty. There was no one steering it. The impact wasn't personal. It was just water, wind, and conditions. Nothing wrong happened. It was his mind that resisted what was already natural. When he saw the boat was empty, his anger dissolved instantly. Nothing changed outside, only his perception changed. In life, most of our suffering does not come from events themselves, but from fighting those events. Someone stops loving us, but we try to force them back. An opportunity has passed, but we try to rewind time. A chapter has ended, but we refuse to turn the page. We do not suffer because life is impermanent. We suffer because we want impermanence to behave like permanence. Trying to hold on to life is like tightening your fist to hold water. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it escapes. But when you open your palm, water can stay naturally. Going with the flow is not passivity. It is wisdom. Wisdom sees that everything is a play of causes and conditions. Things appear, then disappear. They arise, then dissolve. They come together, then separate. When we flow with life, we don't drown in it. We move with it. Like a skilled swimmer, they don't fight the water. They work with the water. Like a skilled rower, they don't battle the waves. They ride the rhythm of the waves. The Buddha went on alms round every day, not because he was helpless, but because he lived according to conditions, not control. When food was offered, he ate. When food was not offered, he meditated. When someone asked a question, he taught. When no one asked, he sat quietly. He did not try to force life to behave a certain way. He allowed life to unfold, and he stayed spacious, like the sky. That is what true going with the flow means. Going with the flow does not make us weak. It gives us a different kind of strength. A soft strength, not a tense strength. A person who goes with the flow is not carried away by life's waves because they are not stubbornly holding one fixed direction. They are flexible like water, and yet nothing can truly stop water. This is how humans become strong without force, by opening, not by tightening. When we stop trying to swim against everything, we finally begin to move forward. Sometimes, just one small shift in perception can free us from years of suffering. The same event can feel like a tragedy or like a closed chapter that has served its purpose. Someone leaving can feel like betrayal or like destiny making space for a new stage of growth. The event is the same. The difference is whether the mind flows or resists. The Buddha did not become enlightened through struggle. He became enlightened by relaxing into reality, fully awake, fully present. So we cannot find peace by forcing life to match our expectations. We find peace by aligning with how life actually works. When we stop pushing, we stop seeing. When we stop resisting, we start living. And when we live in the rhythm of impermanence, we are not overwhelmed anymore. We are carried. That is the gentle power of wisdom in the Buddha's teaching. The one who knows how to flow with the river no longer fears the river. Quiet joy, the sweet fruit of letting go. There is a kind of happiness that most people never reach. Not because it is far, but because it is so close. It is not found in winning. It is not found in status. It is not found in people admiring us. It is not found in proving we are valuable. It is found in inner stillness, a peace that appears when we no longer cling. This stillness is not silence outside. It is a calm inside that external chaos cannot shake. When the mind stops clinging, it becomes spacious. And when it becomes spacious, quiet joy blossoms on its own. There is a story in the scriptures about Angulimala, a man who once killed many people under a false belief. His mind used to be a storm, full of darkness and obsession. But when he met the Buddha, he didn't just put down his weapon. He put down the identity of, "I am a sinner." And in that moment, his mind became still. The king later asked the Buddha why he would accept such a man into the Sangha. The Buddha replied, "The man you see today is not the man of yesterday." And this is the miracle. When Angulimala released the identity he was clinging to, he discovered a peace he had never tasted. Real stillness does not come from fixing life. It comes from putting down the weight inside the heart. This is why inner stillness is so hard for most people, because people think peace comes from controlling life. But true peace comes from not letting life control the mind. If we keep trying to force life to fit our expectations, we will always be disappointed. But when we see that life follows its own natural conditions, we stop fighting it. And when we stop trying to force everything to match our desire, we finally begin to see things exactly as they are. And in that moment, quiet joy arises by itself. Someone who has suffered deeply but finally learns how to let go. That person understands something others do not. Happiness is not getting everything right. Happiness is when nothing has the power to shake you anymore. In the Dharma, peace is not defined by pleasure. Peace is defined by unshakability. A lake is clear only when it is not stirred. A mirror reflects truth only when it is not covered by dust. Humans are the same. The mind is clear when it is not holding on to anything. The mind is peaceful when it no longer tries to force life to obey it. Many people believe that money, status, or the perfect partner will finally bring peace. But so many people have everything and are still empty. And yet, a monk with almost nothing can have a mind as vast as the sky. They are not lacking because they do not cling. They do not suffer because they do not resist. They do not fear losing because they do not hold. And so, quiet joy becomes their natural state. This quiet joy can heal more than 1,000 speeches. One smile from someone who is truly at peace inside can make another person feel safe without a single word spoken. The presence of someone who has let go is more powerful than their voice. In Buddhism, the strength of an awakened person is not in what they say, but in the quality of their being. A person who is not moved by life's winds becomes like a lighthouse. Even without effort, they shine. This is the fruit of letting go, of non-attachment, of flowing with life. Stillness. Stillness is the foundation where true wisdom grows. Stillness is the soil where awakening blooms. When the mind is still, happiness no longer needs a reason. Happiness becomes natural as breathing. And when you truly understand this, you realize that the path is not about adding more to your life, but about releasing everything that keeps you from peace. Less clinging, less forcing, less proving, less controlling, until one day, the mind no longer needs anything extra. And in that simplicity, you are already living a rare kind of happiness. This is the quiet joy of one who knows how to let go. So remember, you don't need to become anyone special. You only need to return to yourself, without holding anything. And in that simple return, life becomes deep, soft, light, and real. If this teaching touches you, and if you want to continue this journey of transformation through the Buddha's wisdom, leave a comment and share what you are ready to release at this stage of your life. Like the video if this helped you. Share it to spread this light to someone who needs it. And subscribe so you don't miss the next teachings on transforming suffering into peace. One small click might open a whole new doorway inside you.
From the bottom of our hearts, we thank you for supporting Buddha's loving words. May the teachings of the Buddha continue to touch every heart, bringing peace and happiness.